Good morning, it's Graeme from Unearthed again, and a little bit of a hot topic today. It's not detecting talk. This could be quite controversial. Let's just see how it goes. I have to be careful what I say. Well, I'm going to talk about the weird, wonderful and sometimes murky world of manufacturers of metal detectors. Now then, all you guys out there that watch this channel have all got your favourite metal detector. That particular machine that you've got that does the business for you each week. I've got mine, you've got yours. The world would be a boring place if we all had the same. However, things aren't all as it seems in the detecting manufacturing world. So for years and years, we've all thought, wouldn't it be fantastic to know how these guys make such good metal detectors? Fantastic technology that these guys have at their fingertips to make such wonderful machines that without them we wouldn't find what we found or find. But when you look a little bit deeper, it's a very strange and sometimes murky underworld almost, if you will, with regards to manufacturing of detectors. Now, I know, you guys know, that currently there's so many different metal detectors on the planet. They're all coming in with these new machines. Every month I see a new machine coming out, or every couple of months, every quarter, there's a new machine around the corner from somebody from somewhere, Eastern Europe. Mystical lands unknown from the East, producing machines. But let's have a little discussion about these machines, some of these machines. I know only of 4 or 5 manufacturers of metal detectors that do their own thing, that actually do their own research and development to bring out these wonderful machines that we use. I could count the same number of manufacturers of metal detectors that don't. What these guys do is they copy. They reverse engineer other manufacturers' detectors. And that's how it is. So they don't do their own research and development. What they do is copy. So for example, every week I get an email off somebody trying to sell me their metal detectors. Mr. Rushton, would you like to buy our wonderful metal detectors from the East? Not really, no. Sorry. But Mr. Rushton, you do not know. The ancient lands of the bonsai produces wonderful machines. Quite a good accent, that, wasn't it? Gives you a little clue who these guys are. What they don't tell you is they've got kids, young teenagers and children working in these sweatshop factories for 18 hours a day producing these clone counterfeit metal detectors to then to be flushed into the UK market or the European market. No warranties with these machines. Really worrying. I got an email last week off a Mr. Rushton type of person trying to sell me a metal detector that looked like a mine lab with a Garrett coil on it. Never seen anything as hideous in my life. The same week I got another one with a gold bug type, Fisher type gold bug machine with another Garrett coil bolted on it. So they're just trying to copy everybody else's designs and features in these sweatshops in these mystical lands unknown to the East, and expects us to either stock them and sell them, or the unwary person in the UK to buy them. So I would be very wary of these copies, these counterfeits that are coming in. And of course, there's you guys out there that say, hang on a minute, these counterfeits are not that bad. I use one. I bought it from Billy down the pub. Now Billy down the pub sold the same guy last week Lacoste polo shirts. Here mate, do you want to buy a polo shirt? I don't know if that's a what sort of accent that is. There's a little bit of a southwest, sorry. But I'm trying my best to put these accents on to give you guys an idea. So Billy down the pub. But the thing is, Billy, I bought that Lacoste polo shirt off you and I washed it the other night and the crocodile fell off. That's what I meant to say, mate. Don't wash them. They don't wash too well. Anyway, forget about them. What we're going to do, we're going to get you one of these new metal detectors that I'm selling. Now, Billy is getting them from China. They're coming containers from China, full. All counterfeit. No warranty. They don't work well in the field. They give up after 18 months or less. And they're a complete counterfeit of another manufacturer. But they're cheap. And then these people buy them, the coils pack up, the control boxes cease to work properly, and then they ring the dealers up to see if they can fix them. I've had loads of calls. Can you fix these machines? I'm sorry, I can't. Nothing to do with us. Keep away from counterfeit. Now there's some of you guys out there saying you must have bought something counterfeit. Well, the young Rushy, me, way back in the 80s, thought I was the cock of the north. I went and bought a fake Rolex watch. 19 years old, I thought I was the man. 25 quid. A lot of money then, 20 quid. That same rip-off Rolex watch, first time I washed my hands with it on, thing packed up. Wasn't waterproof. Wasn't anything. So I've always been a great believer of buying the real deal. You've got these manufacturers out there that are doing all this work, research and development, all these engineers that they've got lined up on the payroll, making these machines for us to use. And then you've got some other group of individuals out there reverse engineering them, copying them, counterfeiting them. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm so happy to see these manufacturers now taking these guys to court. Only last couple of weeks ago we seen First Texas Products, Fisher Technetics, taking groups to court, getting them sorted for copying their designs and machines, which is right. It's the right thing to do. If I had a metal detecting company and I put a lot of hard work into making these machines that guys use in the field, and then I found out 6 months later that somebody from wherever was making them and copying them, I'd go mental. So you can understand where the problems lie. Now I got one last week which was funny. It was off I don't know if I can say Eastern European, I think it was somewhere out that way, wanting me to buy a handheld gold device. You point it in the field. Mr. Rushton, do you want to buy metal detector? No, not really, I don't understand what you're trying to sell me. You point the metal detector, it is a handheld unit into the field. Press the button, it will locate gold. I don't think it will it? If it doesn't locate gold, move to the next field. These are very good metal detector. Would you like to buy? I wouldn't like to buy. I'm not interested. I get them all the time. These gimmicks that you see that are coming online for people to buy these handheld devices that you point and they're supposed to locate gold are a load of complete rubbish. They're absolutely shocking. So my advice to people is this: stick religiously to the companies and the manufacturers that you know do their own research and development into metal detectors and produce their own metal detectors, rather than copying, reverse engineering or counterfeiting their own machines. It's as simple as that. Stick with the good guys. What would happen if they could no longer survive because their research and development was getting ripped off by everybody else? The whole thing would collapse. We'd have nobody making new metal detectors. You know, and you're, again, from Europe, popular machines coming into the UK, people are buying them relatively cheap. Good machines, because they're engineered from the back of a Fisher 1266X. That's why they're good. That's why they're working, because they were good machines. They've done no research and development of their own. They've just copied it. Right or wrong, I don't agree with it. Never have agreed with it. But people out there buy them. Like I said, Billy down the pub, he'll sell them all day long. Goes mad with people like me for having to go at him about selling them. He doesn't care that they're made in Chinese. Oh, I've said it. I wake up with the horse's head on my pillow tomorrow, you know. The Chinese mafia are going to be after me. They don't care that they're made in these Far East sweatshops with children making the components and putting them all together and then shipping them to Europe. Don't care. All he wants to make is a few quid. Not going to work. I've got no warranty with them. The coils don't work properly. There's one, you know, there's quite, when I say quite a few, there's 1 or 2 people in the UK that sell them, promote them, make a few quid off them. Who's going to stop them? Well, they're going to be stopped because there's going to be people jumping on them. It's already happening. And you'll also see from time to time manufacturers of metal detectors taking the other manufacturer of metal detectors to court because they've copied their designs, features, machines. You can't blame them for doing it. You've got to protect their own product. So I'm completely against counterfeit machines. But there's, you know, we have arguments with people online, social media, these forums. What does he know? He's only unhappy because he's selling metal detectors. We have a policy to sell the right thing to the customer. It's against the grain to sell rubbish, cheap, counterfeit machines. We'd never do it. Never do it. Other manufacturers and other dealers in the UK possibly may. We don't. You know, there's 1 or 2 of these guys that counterfeit machines that are quite popular now. They're in the magazines for sale in the magazines, advertised, claiming that they're in the USA. The company's based in USA, but they're not. They're based right out in the East. Copying machines have been done for it already. Continue to do so. They're on the run. We're going to get caught. So, if there's any advice I can give, here sounds like I'm lecturing again, but I'm not. I'm trying to say to you guys, just be aware of counterfeits. Difficult. I mean, we were selling coils for a certain machine that fitted some of these counterfeits. Unbeknown to us at the time. And what did you say? No, I'm not going to sell you that coil because it's a counterfeit machine. It's a sale for us because we've got to make a living, but equally, we're playing into the hands of these guys. So we no longer stock them coils. We no longer stock them. For that reason, because there's too many people buying them for counterfeit machines. I'd be interested to know your feedback, guys. Am I talking, am I being a little bit controversial? Am I being a little bit over the top with it? Do you let it ride because that's the way the UK is now? There's too much of this counterfeit stuff coming in. Beer, drink, watches, clothing. Detectors is only one of a long line of things that are coming into the UK that are counterfeit. Do we live in the counterfeit age? Am I old school? Pretty much are. I think I pretty much am old school. I completely disagree with people buying cheap rubbish that have been copied and counterfeited from another manufacturer. I will always stick up for the manufacturers that are doing the right thing, employing the engineers, employing the research and development teams to come out with new technology. Twisting that on the head, there's also manufacturers out there, I think, that have sat on their hands for too long. You know, there's talk of a particular, quite famous metal detecting company potentially going to the wall recently, which is a great shame. In the 80s, their machines were the ones that we were using right into the 90s. Great machines. However, they sat on their hands for too long. They didn't produce modern, weatherproof, deep-seeking, modern features in their machines. It was the same old for 25 years, and eventually it caught up on them, and they are where they are now. I'd hate that to be true. It's rumour at the moment. I'm not hearing any firm evidence of it, but there's no smoke without fire. I'm hearing it more and more now that this company's gone to the wall, which is a great shame. I think the manufacturers that win are the ones that continuously produce good machines periodically and don't sit on their hands. They're in touch with and in tune with the metal detectorists, especially in the UK. The UK is the hotbed of detecting. I don't care on the planet. I don't care what you say. There's history on this tiny island of ours that is second to none. The UK is the hotbed of the world's detecting market. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced of it. There's far too many awesome metal detectorists out there that do the job each week. You know, Europe has good ground for detecting. States, a lot of detectorists in the States, but it's the UK, in my view, that holds the key. It's Treasure Island, without a shadow of a doubt. So I think these manufacturers need to be closer to the UK guys. We're the ones that are out there in the field week in, week out, pulling up unbelievable history. but they're not going to last long if they're going to sit on their hands. But then you can spin that again on its head and look at some manufacturers that are bringing machines out every month. So they bring a machine out, you get used to that particular machine. Hey, this is not too bad, you know, it does the job, it ticks a lot of boxes for people. Oh, hang on a minute, there's another one coming out in 6 weeks. Well, what happens to this one? Oh no, that's obsolete now, or no, don't use that one, use this one. And the same thing happens in 6 months' time. They bring a new machine out, and then that one's obsolete, or that one's obsolete, and you've got to use this one. My opinion on this is stagger it out. Every 18 months, 2 years, whatever, bring a new machine out. Don't cram them all in and give people information overload. That person's probably just paid 500 quid for that machine. Now you're telling it's not the best thing that they've got, it's this one. Get real. Get real. So I hope that is of interest. A bit controversial, I know. Just the way I am. I've got to start. I speak from the heart. There's an undercurrent. There's not, let's not beat around the bush here. There's counterfeit machines coming into this country all the time, and the unaware people are buying them. People are plugging them on social media. If I see any guys plugging them on our Facebook groups, they get booted off. No place in the detecting world for the serious detectorists, my opinion. Okay, give us some feedback on it. Take care, guys.